Well, what's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of Joe Boo's Sports Report and Joe Boo's Day Job. I've been actually working on getting an air conditioning unit changed and some other work squared away, but the work at the red brick house, it doesn't stop just because I got other things to do. I have to give a shout out to my wonderful, incredible bride, because we've talked about taking the brick off of this. And my God, look, excuse me, taking the brick. I'm so stupid. Taking the plaster off the brick in here, because what we've done in 3 rooms that actually have a brick wall is we want to show that. And look at how beautiful it looks. I painted the ceiling yesterday. She's taken all the plaster out. I'm going to load this stuff on the truck so we get it to the dump. When we paint the wood over here black, oh, the trim, and I trim out the windows, oh my gosh, this is going to look so good. And paint the walls. I think we're just going to use the same color that we use in the kitchen in here. So shout out to my wonderful bride who has made this look so good. I'll need to go through and I'll point up the bricks, but you can see this was a window originally. You can see there's the keystone right there and stuff in there. And I've also discovered, I believe, that in the kitchen that there might have been a window in there as well, because it looks like there's a demarcation point. So I'm gonna get to work over here and feel great. Shout out to you, baby. That looks incredible.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the work on the wall looks good too. All right, so let's check in and see how we're doing today. We're working, trying to get some stuff done. Spent most of the day running around taking care of other stuff, but I did change the window pane over here. It's amazing how much different it looks with that new window, although I did start cleaning up the other one. We had to glaze the window and stuff in there. I'm gonna let that dry and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get this wall over here painted and out of the way real quick, so that way we can start to actually build the vanity, start building some of the cabinets. I'm going to be working on building the wall unit that's going to go here, that's going to actually house the microwave, because I don't want to leave the microwave without, on the cabinet like that. So if I can build this cabinet, at least we can at least get that protected. So I'm going to work on doing that today. Also, we have the wire up underneath of the house for the stove, as well as for the island. So we're going to have to drill a hole through the floor here, so that way we can get that in place as well. We're going to check the stove and make sure the stove is good to go. And keep on pounding away at this stuff bit by bit. It's beginning to look more and more like a house. It's actually nice having the refrigerator in here, and if we can actually get this cabinet built, although we do have a problem now. What we were looking at originally was having the cabinets painted black, and my wife seemed surprised. She's like, black? It's like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, that's what we were looking at. So that way it matches the refrigerator over there. So you have the refrigerator, and you have this black, and then you have the nice countertop, so it's not overwhelming, because we're gonna have shelves at the top and things. So but the shelves won't be, no, the shelves will be natural. So we're gonna do a sample. We're gonna do a sample of the wood and see what it looks like. Okay, so that means I need to body putty this and sand this out then too. It's always so much to do. So much to do. I got plywood on the back out there, so I can start cutting that. I got these window panes for upstairs for broken glass. There's always so much to do. But I'm going to get the paint on here so we can get the first coat, so that way it can dry. And then we can come back and start doing some of the other stuff. We're going to hit it. Hey, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I am working on quite a few things here, as always. This is actually going to be one of our cabinets here. This is actually the pantry cabinet that's going to actually house the microwave. And I want to get this built and making sure that we have, when we set the table up, the bar, that we're not too big with it, so we can get a feel for how that's going to go through, as well as set the electrical outlet to plug in the 220 circuit for it. So this is not easy to do here in the field. It's a lot easier when I'm at home with my table saw and stuff. What I did here, I kind of cheated. I know a lot of people say get a track saw and stuff, and a track saw is about $500 or so, which isn't a bad thing. Maybe I'll look at something like that in the future. But actually what I did, and I know a lot of people are going to say he's not a real cabinet maker or real woodworker or whatever, but you know what, you can pound sand. But what I did was I got 3 sheets of plywood and I had them go ahead and rip it at 23 1/4, which is the depth of the cabinet of the plywood, plus the 3/4 inch fascia that goes on it. Now, the reason I got 3 sheets was to make sure it was consistent. So I went ahead and got them all cut the same. So if it ends up being that it was a hair off, 1/16 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch, at least they're all consistent. So I've got some more on the truck. I've got more pieces here. So I've actually cut out this is one of the sides. That's an end piece. I need this to basically be a 24-inch pantry. The microwave will go in here. I'm going to have a couple of drawers down here for spices that'll be in there. And I'll have plenty of storage space in here. We're still debating on whether or not we're going to paint these black or not. So we're going to do a sample after I finish putting this together. But I wanted you guys to get a look at what we're actually doing here. So I'm using my pocket hole jig. Now this again is all being done in the field, which is not easy. And so far, you can see these joints are dead on. So I went ahead and recut these to 23 that I needed on the table saw. I do have a DeWalt portable table saw there, a small one. But when you start trying to cut full sheets of plywood, unless you build outriggers and stuff for it, it's just not real good. Home, it's easy to go ahead and cut those, but I got so much stuff in my workshop because of all the reclaimed wood. So we're having to make do as we can. But this is the biggest cabinet right here, along with the island. So if I can get this put together and put in place, I can actually put the microwave in so we can actually warm up some food down here. And then I can concentrate on getting the island put together and that next, and then the rest of the cabinets, and then hopefully we'll get all the base cabinets put in place, and we'll be able to get the granite guys to come measure for the granite. Now this is at home again. I actually have a benchtop piece that I made into a whole work center for doing my pocket holes. So it's like pull your arm down, boom, boom, and it's drilling the holes. This one is a clip-on one. This one is about 18 years old. It's heavy as can be and a lot better built than the ones they put out now, but that's the case with most things. But I'm going to go through, take my plywood here, and you clamp it, and you drill this step in. Now, you want to hear something gory? When Michael was young, was like a baby, he had a seizure. And I was downstairs in my basement of the townhouse with my first wife, and I was working in there, and I was actually using, I don't know, maybe I've had this for longer. Maybe I had this one back then too. Probably, actually, this is probably the one. But when you're using this, and I know that I don't have my tripod, but when you're using this, you go in and you have to clean out because it clogs up. You have to pull it out so the wood comes out. And I was doing that. My ex-wife came downstairs and said, Mike's having a seizure. And I was pulling this in and out, and I pulled it out too far, and it went right here. Okay? So that's like 32 years ago, and it's still a little scar that's there. The bit was so hot that it cauterized it. It didn't bleed. I was literally looking at a hole about 3/4 of an inch into my hand, and it was not bleeding. So be careful. That's all I'm going to tell you. Be careful. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, so here's what I got. And this is the microwave pantry cabinet, okay? My wife looked at it and said, it's so big. It's so big. She said, it's so big. I said, that's right, baby. It's big, but it's just the right size for that microwave, because that microwave goes right in here. and we're going to do the face frame. The microwave is 22 inches wide by 17 and a half, so we actually have 18 inches of space in here. So we're going to actually have this overhang, so that way if we need to, we can always trim out just a little bit more, so that way it's snug, because you want it snug. You want it snug in there when it fits. And what we'll do is we'll drill a hole through the top here, and the outlet will be on the wall right there, so that way you can always plug it in and, you know, pull the cord up through here when you put it in place, plug it in, boom. And the way this one works is the door opens up like an oven. So this is actually going to be 4 inches higher than this. So right about here is where your controls are. So perfect height if you're an adult to see that. Pull that open and you've got a convection oven. So yeah, I'm digging this. The fun part is going to be is either I'm going to have to carry it around through the kitchen door, or it's going to be fun kind of carrying it through this doorway. This door, I don't know how they got anything through this door, because this thing is, look at this. I'm not very tall. It's not a whole lot of space in this front door. So yeah, that's why we put a 36-inch door into the kitchen. You know, this is kind of crazy, because at first I was kind of like, who'd want to be next door to a Walmart grocery store? Apparently I would, and I'm happy because with the refrigerator in there, we're gonna have I grilled some chicken at home before I came down, so we got that in the fridge. Got me some salad fixings, some other stuff, so we can go ahead and have dinner here and keep on working. And here's what's kind of cool. Here's what's cool. So take my grocery cart to right here. I just got to carry my groceries to there. Doesn't she look, look, doesn't she look pretty? Tell me she doesn't look pretty. Yeah. So, yeah, because the other cabinets are narrower. See, this is why we do this. So, do we just do away with this one?
I would.
Yeah. So, now, this is how close it is.
Pretty close.
So we're going to cheat this back a little bit more. But it has to be that deep because of the size of the microwave. You can still. No, you can still. And how many times
It's not a lot of room.
It is. Let's see.
Think about getting a turkey out sideways. Yeah.
I can get turkey out.
You don't want to pull one out.
But I can cheat it back a little bit more over that way. We just have a little space over there. But this is, it's a galley. It's a galley kitchen. I'm okay with it. We don't have too much choice. Other thing we do is we can cheat this down just a couple more inches this way, which will give us a little bit more room when you open up the door here, because you can stand here. You got tons of room right here. All right, so you can see this is the conundrum. It's going to be a tight kitchen, but we're going to make it work. I'm going to cheat and this is why we're doing this. Realize that because we didn't think about the upper cabinet being 24. Those are all 12. So we're going to do away with this light. So since I got to patch that hole over there, we'll just take that one out and just leave that a junction box right there. Not a big deal. And then the microwave oven. See, that door is not so wide, so I think it'll still be okay. It's going to be a tight fit. But we're going to go over, what, too tight?
It just seems like it breaks the flow for me to start with.
To start with it? Unfortunately, though, that's the only place that you can go with it. Unless you put it, like, in that corner. But then having the microwave over here, it's too far away. I mean, you could do that, but then we'd have to rerun the wire for it, too. Yeah. I'm okay. Because this is the work center. We'll scoot this a little bit more. We may take 2 inches off of the countertop, but it's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we're going to call it for a day. We've been here, it's going on 10 o'clock tonight. Locking up, turn off the lights and things. This may be a big mistake, but you know, it's going to be the way it's going to be. So I built the pantry cabinet right here, okay? The microwave oven is going to go in here. And of course, as you start to put stuff in, it starts to feel, you know, a little smaller. But this is, if you've ever worked in a restaurant kitchen before, they're very tight. So that's going to be my philosophy in here right now. It's going to be kind of tight, but it's okay. I'm cheating the stove over just a little bit more, so we may end up making it not quite as big on the other side, so we have more space in there, and I may cheat it over a little bit more too. There's still plenty of room to walk through here with it. I like the look of it. It does look like a monstrous piece, but then it'll be another upper cabinet to the ceiling. We're gonna have to take that light out because it's right there in the cabinet, but that's okay. We'll be okay without that one. So we'll take that out and patch it tomorrow. Then there'll be cabinets that carry all the way around through here. The sink will go there, and we're gonna have shelving on the walls, which will also make it feel better. So you can look at this now and see how it's gonna look. Like I said, it's gonna be a small kitchen, but it's gonna be a very, very functional kitchen. I like the look of that refrigerator. The pull-out trash can will be there. The sink will be there. There'll be plenty of workspace. I think what the saving grace on this kitchen will be is because a person can be here at the sink when you're, you know, here chopping vegetables and stuff, you'll be able to pull out the trash can, put the stuff in the trash, and turn around here and put stuff here for the person who's actually here cooking. So if you're cooking and you need to defrost, wow, drop that. And you need to defrost something, it's right here in the microwave, boom, door opens up, turn around, here's the stove. Again, I'll probably cheat it over just a little bit more and maybe bring it back this way just a little bit too. But I think it's gonna be nice. There's no room, of course, in this house because it's a small house. The chairs will be able to fit completely underneath of there. We'll just make this not quite as wide as we wanted to originally. But I still think it's gonna be nice. It'll be tight, but when you wanna go ahead and eat, go sit out on the deck. So tomorrow we'll see about getting this put in place, and we'll figure out if we are going to go ahead and go with black cabinets. Yeah, shout out to my wife going through and painting all this, because now you can see the colors are kind of coming in together. Look at that. We'll get the door trimmed out tomorrow, which will make it look nice. We'll get this trimmed out here over tomorrow too. That'll make that look nice. We'll get that cabinet attached to the wall and actually get the microwave hooked up so we can actually use it. My beautiful bride, she's been painting for us. And see, I like this. You can see the color. This is going to be the color throughout the house here. We just need my man Jet to get back and do the tile work in here, and it's going to look really nice. So that's coming along. We do have the paint that's going to go on the walls in here. The brick, look at that. I love the brick. I love the brick. And so, bit by bit, day by day. Oh, how could I forget? See, this is the problem with construction. People see a wall painted, they see drywall, they're like, wow, there's a lot of work going on. But see, you miss the stuff like in the closet where you've got the return air duct work, and that's going through here. Now, we are going to have to move the wires up so they're higher. We'll do that tomorrow. But the return register will go here. This is really the only places you will see ductwork in here. As you'll see the grill right here. Everything else is all on the floors. So it'll be mostly concealed. And for having an old house like this, that's a good thing. And upstairs, I don't feel like going upstairs. I'm tired. So I'm going to get this bucket of paint off of here because I don't want anybody to steal it, since it's $250 for bucket of the really good paint. And the thing is, here's my thing with paint. A lot of people will go through and say, man, buy the cheap paint. Cheap paint works great for a sprayer because it's real thin. But if you want something that lasts and goes on with 1 or 2 coats, get good paint. Don't skimp on the paint. I'm telling you, it's not worth it, because you're going to buy more paint and you're going to spend more time painting. That in there is, look at this. That's 1 coat of paint, okay? 1 coat of paint. 2 gallons of the good paint painted the kitchen and the 2 bathrooms, and we still have half a gallon left. Okay? Don't skip on the paint. It's not worth it. All right. Oh, and actually, we made a salad for dinner. Here, I had grilled the chicken and ham and stuff. I'm just going to go eat over back at my in-laws' house because I'm just tired. So tomorrow we'll eat here. Actually, tomorrow we might use the microwave. Actually, we might be able to use the oven too, because I'll know where the final location for the stove is, and I can put the plug in. The wire's coming from underneath. And ooh, are you scared? It's dark out, as you can see. It's dark out, and we got to go in the basement. Ooh. I'm coming in. I got to turn the lights out. Man, my knees are killing me. Good Lord. Okay. All right. Hey, good people. We're just here working. Don't mind us. See you guys tomorrow. Okay. What? Did you hear that? What? Okay. All right. I'm Mark Holmes, and we're done for another day. Peace.